the truth behind Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's new life. We are back with the most recent royal news to quench your thirst for curiosity, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are delving into the turmoil that is Prince Harry, the puppet of Meghan Markle. Now, as we delve into this conspiracy, I encourage you to like and subscribe if you have not done so yet. You will not want to miss the awesome content that we have in store. So, let's get back to Harry. So bewitched it seems with Meghan's spell, this poor soul actually seems to be begging his father, the future King Charles, for another opportunity to join the royal fold. Do you even want to imagine all the embarrassment? He seems to beg King Charles to forgive him and let him come back to the royal rule after years of sullying the royal name. Because, the cold hard truth is, King Charles does not bend despite Harry's frantic attempts to worm his way back into the royal springs. Harry has, diplomatically, snubbed the coronation and penned a tell-loser book that will mean he's effectively burnt his boats with the rest of the family. In this case, you now have a King Charles who has made it clear that his son, who alerted the world to the family's internal disarray, will not be readmitted into the royal fold. And who can blame him? His relations with his blood relatives are not helped by his many public critiques of Prince William, Kate, Camilla and the other people in the royal set. Harry is experiencing a timeless conundrum, of wanting to cut his cords to the royal establishment and also wanting, we expect, to keep at least one foot in the door after all. He existed in this paradox, was defined by it, and it left him constantly feeling lost. That has become abundantly clear in the ongoing royal drama, where it seems that Harry's attempts to patch things up with his loved ones are hitting roadblocks. For now, the damage may be insurmountable based on his public words and lies, with King Charles and the royals standing firm, leaving Harry and Meghan with no real home to return to. One topic that the palace may not want to revisit is race. Harry strongly inferred racism within the royal family in his memoir as his justification for quitting British royal duties. It makes it difficult for him to now make up as if nothing has happened. When it comes to Meghan, her attempts to keep her duchess status and royal clout may be in vain. King Charles will probably not be anxious to oblige the American wife of his son, given both that interview with Oprah threatened to expose expansion relations and she hit their presentation to the public. Meghan hoodwinking Harry, but like, in a secret room full of twangy violins, right? And the still incomprehensible idea that someone, anyone, anywhere would really accept that Harry would be an actual party to his own return to the family. Anyone with half a brain can see who is really in control, and it is not the groveling prince. This weird predicament is really a sign of desperation on the part of Princess Pinocchio, yet who has pretty much overplayed her hand by now. Her number one game plan, Plan A, was to live out this big Duchess fantasy in order to cash out worldwide for unimaginable fortune and international worshipful misattribution to effortless work, that very thing she so clearly cannot stand. But now that her plans have hit a major road bump in America, she is scrambling to create a Plan B. Queen Meghan has slipped up and showed her hand, and has no option but to go all in, hell-bent on a plan to win herself access to the royal slush fund at any cost. Their departure was controversial, to say the least. They painted it as a battle for freedom versus the royal family, hands up, however the allegations of the shadows of racial undertones remained large. With Meghan being the first member of the British royal family whose mixed-race background was a part of the royal narrative, the follow-up comments by Harry also marked a departure from the traditional royal protocol. Cut to present day, and Harry's sudden urge to reach out and touch base with where he comes from comes across as stage-managed on the part of the prince. Frustratingly for them, the British public and media, for a long time sympathetic to their plight, is now becoming more cynical. And yet many also feel that Harry's return is a matter of convenience for Meghan, who may wish to have it both ways by returning to the royal fold. Everything Meghan does is up for public consumption, and detractors will seize on anything that appears too high-flying or extravagant. At the same time, King Charles is barely tolerating all of this royal drama atop his shiny new reign. It is the monarchy that matters to him after the old battle-axe kicks the bucket, not a Duchess of Sussex and her ginger boy larper with a mixed-race tradcon feminine protection warrior. The sororal hostility directed at Meghan by the royal family, it is personal, but also a way for them to sluice chaos from their denim sleeves, is working a form of necromancy here too. The story of a besotted prince being exploited by a Machiavellian wife plays well in the gutter press, but in reality it is far more complex. At the center, a couple of people in Harry and Meghan who settle into a dance of intersection, in a flabbergasting hazel maze of personal and media scrutiny and dynastic dance floor. This story is nowhere near over and everyone is waiting to see how Emperor and Imperium respond. So, summarily speaking, the Sussex fiasco is an explosive cocktail of behind-the-scenes vendettas, publicity wars, and the never-dying love for royal shenanigans. Either Harry has returned to bring his relatives together, or it is just another cunning maneuver on Meghan's side of the court, but no matter the answer, the story of the royal family has yet another show-stopping twist. Each strategic move in this complex game of power matters. This person is cold and calculated enough to replace her with a new proxy to write that next incendiary tell-all and expose all the family's dirty laundry, or simply make him grovel before the patriarch again for crumbs from the royal table. The plain fact is that without Harry's royal association, Meghan is nothing more than a second-rate actress with a bad attitude and a wardrobe of clothes that don't match. Therefore she will Grinch carry their weekly sustenance and a constant storm if the palace continues to ignore. You only have to look to Thomas Markle to see how ruthless her daughter is, when she is threatened. At this juncture, one feels sorry for Harry, who ends up being the victim of the consequences of a very poor decision indeed to marry someone described by one source as the Grinch who stole the royal family. In fact, he bought Meghan's story of being a good duchess wholeheartedly, until he realized how completely powerless and disoriented he was in her sphere. Not only did the calculated moves of Meghan form the gulch between Harry and his family, but also removed him away from the royal duties he was supposed to be experiencing. The enchanting facade immediately fell away, leaving the bitterly cold naked truth of their choices. Once seen as an upright, responsible prince, Harry finds himself now embroiled in controversy and scandal. He had his central identity stripped from him, leaving him to navigate his way through an uncertain future. The endless pursuit of power and privilege undermined bridges built over decades that we fear were too broken to repair, even if the royals wanted to. I guess the bad part of it too. The damage Harry did to his bloodline was simply unspeakable. Some might say the royals will never recover from what he did. The damage done to the monarchy by what he did runs deep, we fear, probably fatally so. All trust he felt for his own family is lost, merely a shadow of the betrayal it has become. Why the hell would they then just turn around and give him a platform to make money and talk some more shit? The royals of all people will not be able to look past the blasphemies that shook the core of their family. Welcoming Harry into their fold would be nothing but a threat to their brand, a call for more exploitation, and certainly, a justification for more drama. Ultimately, the saga of Meghan and Harry is a cautionary one of ambition, manipulation, and what happens when you shit on tradition and family. Their path is fraught with hurdles, and only time will tell if they can ever forgive themselves or if they will constantly be ostracized from the life that they have already lived. The best move to save the crown from Harry's self-serving shenanigans is Charles making clear they are having no more of this. There are no winners here other than us peasants feasting on this juicy drama from our armchairs on Reddit. Thank goodness #Meghan has completely and utterly destroyed any chance she ever had of being a royal, and #Harry estranged himself from his own family all to trail after crazy Meg. What was once the poor spare heir, deservedly or not, just took off on a one-way road to ignominy. For many of us that is a fall from grace that is difficult to wrap our minds around. Formerly a figure of affection and warmth, Harry is now a man of anger and friction. Not only has he ruined his royal reputation within the family, he has changed perceptions in the public forever. King Charles, however, is standing up to the line by, potentially to keep the dignity and stability of the crown. To a large set of people, his decision would have been the need of the hour in order to keep the sanctity of the university intact. The royal family has had its share of challenges over the years, but this is just another episode in a long and complex history. The result for Meghan is just as profound. She attracted a huge amount of controversy for the days to come as she made her change from Hollywood actress to royal duchess. But now it appears that chances of her hopes of being wholeheartedly accepted into the royal establishment are virtually zero with the resulting status quo. Yet, the intrigue of her saga remains and the national obsession with her life story charges on, with an endless procession of the media spotlight. So, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. The question is this: is King Charles doing the right thing? So, will Harry and Meghan be able to patch things up with the royal family, or are they simply a bridge too far apart? For now, keep watching, and keep an eye out for our YouTube channel to shock you with the next big thing. Comment, share, subscribe and follow for the latest straight from the royal family with a statement. We'll be back before you can say royal wedding with more riveting updates about the royal family. Bye for now.